I'm gonna
Did you hit the box?
I'm gonna remind you that you are still under oath, and we're gonna pick up
Yes.
where we left off. You're gonna describe how the campaign of PREA retaliation has been facilitated by administrators covering up and concealing your PREA reportage.
Right. So, um, from the beginning, I'm not understanding what's happening here. There we go.
I can still hear you though.
Okay. So, the initial PREA claim um, wasn't resolved until March of 2018. So that gave Trevor Clark and all of the people that Stephen Gray had gathered, it gave them 4 years to burn my life down while the investigation was pending. Then I reported the pattern of retaliation to ODRC Legal, the same office as Clark and Gray, and they refused to investigate, and instead they renditioned me to Virginia illegally. Then I reported that the Maryland transfer was a result of PREA retaliation, and Jeff Mustard and Erlina Shepard both concealed that. Then I reported to Kari Hupka that my irregular placement at level 4 was resulting from PREA retaliation. She concealed that. So I've reported it several times then via kite directly to the PREA people, and it was concealed. Most recently, my legal counsel in January of 2026 sent notice to 18 different administrators detailing that I have over 100 exhibits that we're talking about here to prove the PREA retaliation.
To whom?
Annette Chambers-Smith, Stephen Gray, Paul Shoemaker, Tracy Lamb, Angela Hill, Edwin Voorhees, Antonio Lee, Brian Wittrup, Delmer Norris, Venkat Brown, Margaret Moore, Jeff Mustard, Erlina Shepard, Kari Hupka, Roger Wilson, Gary Moore, Tracy Reveal, and Donna Crawford.
So, ODRC Director Annette Chambers-Smith, a cabinet member sworn to follow state and federal law, informed of PREA retaliation, has not required a PREA investigation as mandated by federal law.
No.
Has anyone investigated your claims or reviewed the evidence?
No.
They have a federal statutory duty to do so.
Yes.
Why would they not investigate? Why cover up the PREA retaliation?
Well, I mean, this is conjecture here on my part, but I would say if you investigate it and you figure out that it's happening, then you have to stop doing it, and they don't want to stop doing it. No one wants to get in the way of a program of retaliation that they've been engaged in since 2014 that everyone is on board with.
As a consequence of this PREA cover-up, you have spent the last 5 years at the Supermax while you qualify for minimum security.
Yes. PREA pages 71 through 75 are my latest security review. That was handled by an administrator named Angela Hill, and the reason she gave for continuing me again for 5 years, keep in mind, when I came back, I should have been a level 1, but they've kept me at maximum security for 5 years now. And the reason they've kept me at maximum security, the reason she gave was, and I quote, consultation with BOC chief is to remain at level 4. So that means Jeff Mustard himself said, keep him there. And Jeff Mustard is also the one who concealed my PREA reportage, blocked the PREA investigation, and continues the PREA retaliation that Stephen Gray threatened.
Recently, have you become aware of further retaliatory plots taken against you after your counsel reported PREA claims on your behalf?
Yes.
What have ODRC administrators attempted to do?
So in their internal records, they changed me from a U.S. citizen to being an illegal foreign national. And then they shared that designation. This sounds crazy even saying it. And they shared that designation with ICE in an effort to get me deported to Indonesia.
How did you find out?
An ODRC employee alerted me that he or she saw the change in my status and asked me where I was born.
So, because they cannot send you out of state due to pending litigation, they committed fraud, misled federal agencies, and attempted to have you wrongly deported to Indonesia and thereby avoid investigation of their PREA cover up.
Yes,
The documentation labeled PREA pages 0001 through 0104 are true and accurate copies of those documents.
yes. PREA pages 8 through 10 are screenshots. Um, and PREA pages 35 to 38 are the transcript that I typed from the handwritten, and the remainder originate from the ODRC.
You also have over 1,300 pages of ODRC officials' internal emails that will be made available to supplement any investigation into these matters.
Yes,
You consent to all of these documents being made available publicly.
yes, yes,
You will cooperate fully with any investigation into these matters.
yes. And they can contact, in order to get in touch with me, they can contact Sean Swain Defense Committee at gmail.com.
Okay, this concludes this deposition. It is March 22nd, 2026 at 8:37 a.m.